Have you been told that your meniscus tear can't heal? If you're dealing with knee pain and you think that it might be a meniscus problem, then you're going to learn a lot from this video today. And from what you'll learn, you'll get clarity about your specific knee problem so that you can make the best decision about your knee problem moving forward. My name is Dr. David Midoff, and I'm a specialist physical therapist at Paso Manual Physical Therapy. This channel is dedicated to helping people stay healthy, active, and mobile while avoiding unnecessary surgery, injections, and pain medications. Please subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of the videos that we upload every week. Can a meniscus tear heal? Let me answer that. Yes, a resounding yes. A meniscus tear can heal, and we see it happen all the time here in the clinic with our patients. And we do it naturally without surgery through our specialist treatment. Some patients have had a meniscus injury in the past that they had surgery for, and for some it's their first meniscus injury. They've never had surgery. We help them either way. So why do so many doctors, surgeons, other healthcare providers, even physical therapists tell their patients that if they've got a meniscus tear that they have to go get surgery because it won't heal? Let me answer this for you. Often healthcare professionals were told in school that the meniscus doesn't heal. And this is old science. This is old medical knowledge from the 90s and 80s and before. And because these healthcare professionals haven't been updated on the most current research, they're still telling their patients to go get surgery as soon as they see that there's a meniscus tear, and they don't have an idea that it can heal on its own with the right kind of treatment naturally. The fact is that most of the medical research for meniscus injuries is focused on doing surgery on the meniscus. Often it's called a meniscectomy. So we really only have research on how people with meniscectomies do, whether or not they get better. But the truth is that the medical profession as a whole just doesn't have much research on how the meniscus can heal naturally without surgery. But just because we haven't studied it and don't have any research on it doesn't mean that it doesn't heal. More research in recent years has shown that people that get surgery do about the same as people that don't get surgery, who go through conservative treatment, as the research says. You can Google this yourself. So why even have a surgery? And what are the people that aren't getting surgery doing to get better for their meniscus? I'll tell you about treatment options in just a second. But first, let me tell you about the signs and symptoms of a meniscus tear so that you can be sure that it's what you have going on in your knee problem. There's 4 main signs that you have to look for. The first sign is pain in the knee joint. It's typically right where the knee bends. It might be on the front, might be on the back. Oftentimes it's on the inside of the knee more so. It can also be on the outside of the knee, but it's usually pain right in the center of the knee joint where it bends. And how that differs from other knee problems, things like cartilage damage, like behind the kneecap, that pain will be more so on the front of the knee, pretty focused, whereas meniscus pain tends to be right on the sides of the knee where it bends, sometimes a bit more on the front, sometimes a bit more on the back. The second most common sign and symptom of a meniscus tear is clicking or popping inside the knee joint when it's bent at a certain position. If you're able to bend and straighten out your knee and get a reproducible pop or click, like every time you straighten it out and go back to bend it, at about the same point, it clicks, or pops. It may hurt when it happens, it may not, but if you can have a reproducible click or pop, that's a common sign of a meniscus tear. A third sign and symptom of meniscus tears is catching or locking of the knee. Now, this is a more severe version of the clicking and popping. And the way this looks is all of a sudden the knee joint will lock at a certain position and it can't straighten out and it can't bend. It stays stuck. Oftentimes it's painful. It's always debilitating because the person can't walk or move. Their knee is stuck. They can't bend it to sit down straight and they can't walk on it because it won't straighten out. And it takes a minute, sometimes several minutes, to find out how to move it, to loosen it up and get it to bend and straighten out normally again. Oftentimes there's pain afterwards for a while, maybe a few hours, sometimes even days afterwards, the knee gets flared up. And the reason why we think this happens is because a flap of the tear gets caught within the joint as it's bending and straightening, and it just locks up the knee joint. The fourth sign of meniscus tear is swelling. This one might be a little more tricky, but if you pay attention, you can probably figure it out in your knee. If you've had a locking event where the knee caught and it got stuck, or it locked in that same position like I was talking about just a moment ago, there's usually associated swelling after that. The other time that the knee will swell is if the person's on their feet for quite a bit. If they're standing around walking and they're using their legs quite a bit, the weight of the body on the meniscus, because it is a weight supporting structure inside the knee joint, it's a chunk of cartilage that helps to support the weight of the body, it gets aggravated and it can swell if you've been on your feet too long. And if that swelling isn't allowed to go away and calm down, it can stay swollen for a long time if you keep getting on your feet or keep doing some aggravating thing to your knee. Now, let me tell you about the treatment options out there. Of course, people typically go to their doctor first, which doctors are going to recommend medications, injections, and likely surgery. In some cases, they'll recommend physical therapy as well. If you take medications for this or get an injection, that's medication as well. It's just a Band-Aid solution. It's really just masking the pain, but it's not fixing the root problem that got the tear in the first place. If you end up getting a surgery for this, they'll typically do something called a meniscectomy. They make little holes in the sides of your knee and they'll go in with little tubes and they'll cut off the chunk of the meniscus that is torn and might be getting caught inside the joint. And that's supposed to allow your meniscus to work normally afterwards. The problem with the surgery is that there's usually some root problem that hasn't been addressed that is going to set up that person to get another tear, to re-aggravate the knee in some other way after the surgery. Now, let me back up a minute and say that in some cases, surgery is a good thing. It might be the best thing for the individual to have the surgery. But if you're one of those, if you're going to go get the surgery because you are truly debilitated, you can't bend or straighten out your knee, it's a constant multiple times a day thing that this meniscus tear is bothering you, yeah, surgery might be the best thing for you, but you still have to ask yourself the question and begin to address the problem of how did you get this tear in the first place? Because if you never had a traumatic injury, if you were never in a car accident, you never had a sports injury, you never fell off a bike or a motorcycle and hurt your knee pretty bad, this problem just started without any sort of incident like that, then there's something about the way that you move or how you live your life or what you do. There's something about the strength in your muscles, the balance and strength in your muscles that is setting you up to gradually over time injure your meniscus. And if that problem isn't addressed, which it can be, and we see it here all the time and we fix it here all the time in the clinic, if that problem isn't addressed, then you're likely going to have another knee injury after having the surgery. Now, some doctors will send you to physical therapy, which is a great thing if appropriate. But what you have to understand about physical therapy is most clinics are set up to help people that have had surgery and they're there for physical therapy after surgery. Now, if you've had a meniscus surgery, fantastic, you're probably going to go to the right place if you just pick any physical therapy clinic. But if you're looking to heal your meniscus and avoid having the surgery possibly, then it's important that you find a specialist physical therapist that knows how to handle the situation. Because likely there'll be joint restrictions, stuck parts of the joint, alignment problems, soft tissue restrictions that need to be worked out by hand. There's specific exercises that aren't the cookie cutter exercises that somebody needs to do after surgery that need to be identified and shown to the patient and progressed over time. And then it's a little tricky getting back to the activities the person was doing before, being able to squat all the way, possibly run or jog, or just be able to be on their feet as long as they want can take some coaching and time. And if you're going to a clinic that is set up to help people after surgery, there'll probably be a lot of people there that have had surgery. There's usually lots of machines, lots of assistants that are just taking people through a circuit of exercises, which is perfect if you've had surgery. But like I said, if you're trying to avoid it, if you're trying to make sure that you heal naturally, it may not be specific enough to help you in your specific problem and address the root of it so that you're not having another meniscus flare up again in 6 months or a year or two after you go through physical therapy. So I hope you've gotten clarity about what a meniscus problem is, what causes it, and what treatment options are out there for it, and how to go about making the next best decision about it. If you thought this video was helpful for you, please give us a like, drop a comment on here, and don't forget to subscribe. Have a wonderful day, guys. Bye-bye.